Matt Damon. Did he really turn down Avatar? Apparently so, and he lost out on a lot of money, like $250 million to be exact. So in the new British GQ, Matt says that James Cameron offered him 10% of the Avatar profits. The movie, as you guys may or may not know, made close to $3 billion. Now he couldn't do it because he was committed to making the Bourne ultimatum at the time, but believe it or not, he says that his biggest regret isn't missing out on the money, it's not being able to work with James Cameron.
Aww.
Sure. Is this hindsight 2020? Was this a mistake?
Always, right? I mean, there's so many actors that say that stuff. You know, it's like, I turned it down because, you know, the Bourne was it has gone really well for him. Obviously, he's doing fine. I loved his joke. He's like, don't worry, my kids still have food.
Yeah. He's doing just fine. Nobody cry for Matt Damon.
But I'd cry. I don't care how rich I am. That's $250 million. And also, he would have been so good at that role. I mean, I'm not really into the Avatar movies. It's not really my thing. But at the same time, I know how successful this one was, and I know how huge it was and how much money it could have made. But it's like hindsight's always 2020. You know, all of us sometimes, like, we'll take one job and we think it's the best move, and then we're like, kicking ourselves like that was the wrong move for me at that time. But you don't know sometimes until you get into it.
Yeah, I still like the Bourne Ultimatum more than I liked Avatar as a movie, and I feel like Bourne was just such a thing that was so identified with Matt Damon. Like anytime they've tried to do anything Bourne related outside of Matt Damon, like it just hasn't worked well. So I can't fault him for making that decision, but still, $250 million is a lot of money.
Can we say, though, it was a little shady of Matt to tell the full story, because he said that James Cameron was saying, like, look, I don't need a name actor. This script will sell. I'll take a no name, but but I would like you, and if it would be great to have you, and I'll give you 10% of the movie. But it was like, oh my gosh, you're calling the guy a no name? And I mean, he was a relatively no name at the time.
Sam Worthington.
But at the same time, you're like, that's kind of shady to say in a publication. I mean, just to be like, you know, I basically, this guy, James Cameron wanted me, but you know, he was willing to take any scrap he could get because he knew his script was so good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in this, I can't remember really like what Sam Worthington had done prior to Avatar. Like I know he'd been working. I can't remember if he'd had a huge role or not, but like there were a couple of films that he had that came out, and it seemed like he was poised to be like a big deal. You know, I'm sure he's still working. I didn't look him up, but yeah, he was right. James was right. Like he knew what he had. He knew the technology that he had was kind of gonna blow people's minds. But well, I mean, what can you do?
I think the Bourne films would have delayed for him to have made that. In retrospect, he could have asked for that.
Oh, in hindsight, yeah, maybe.
Because they can't exist without him.
Right. Yeah, I know. But, oh well.
He had loyalty.
I
respect you, Matt. That's nice.
Well, I'll go back to my desk and watch the Bourne Ultimatum just to make Matt Damon feel better. Thank you.